You're the she-ro. You're the hero. I'm the guide. I'm here to guide people to unlocking their genius, allowing purpose to discover them, putting them in a position so purpose can discover you, and building prosperity for your future as you become the author of your life. Peace. Travis Sotawell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Get you a guide. And always remember, you're the hero. You're the she-ro. You're in charge. You're making the decisions. You have the responsibility. And that is powerful. You have the power. It all depends on the decisions you make to take an action. Get consistent with that action. You become competent in taking that action. Therein developing a skill, developing value, and you have a confidence in that skill, in that value you've developed through the competency and the consistency after you've made a decision. And that confidence is a confidence to not only use what you've developed yourself, also use it to uplift others, uplift humanity. And that is the act of courage, which is what heroes are, right? Courageous creatures. You being a courageous creature starts with making the decision and following that decision up with action and continuing one step. That is action, taking a step. Step forward. Step forward. Starts with a step. There are going to be backward steps. There are going to be sideways steps. There's going to be some dancing. There's going to be some falling. There's going to be some tripping. There's going to be some sitting. But we're always consistently stepping. So, taking on what comes with the adventure. That's why it is an adventure. Accepting your life as your adventure. Being the hero that you are, that you were born to be. I always use hero as a gender neutral term anyway, personally. However, I did want to be a little inclusive to those who are sensitive to that. But I never thought of a hero as a male or a female. However, a hero is masculine energy. As that masculine energy is an extroverted energy, is an energy of movement, of action, of motion, of going out into the world. I'm going to cook a little bit. Metaphorically always being the male son, the young adventurer. And metaphorically speaking, that is masculine energy. However, in the real world, in reality, in our world, the life we live in, ain't none of that. That's the story. The story of the masculine energy within you that you tap into, whatever parts you have, tapping into that energy and taking action. What I've seen in these days and times is and the people I'm looking to work with, is the people who haven't fully given themselves permission. You still got old programming, old talk of your parents that is holding you back, old talk of bad actors, active agents, people that were in positions of authority when we were young. This is all I'm talking about. When we were young, the things got put in our head that dirtied up our brain. And we here now to wash your brain up. Squeaky clean. Get cleaned up. Purify your thoughts. Clean them up. And what that purity piece isn't acting right, doing this, that, or the other, whatever school of thought you connected to spiritually, physically, whatever institution that exists that is telling people how to act. We're talking about real purity, which is the thoughts, which is one, do no harm, which isn't anything at all what we're talking about. Some people actually think business is doing harm. I say that's not business. That's criminality. Service is business. So how do we clear our thought to be of service? We're purifying our mind to be of service to others, to be of service to humanity. And clearing up your thoughts is being of service to yourself. Self-serving thoughts, self-serving interests. Again, within the bounds of do no harm. Self-serving habits. And of course, a higher self character, which is all these things tied in to serve yourself so you can serve others. Be fulfilled within your heart. Now, my spiritual school of thought, we talk about the heart being the mental plane. Either way, the heart in your head, the heart in your chest, having all these things building you up, building your value up. This is all just the pieces. We still have the experience, right? The experience of our life. You already a hero by what you've been through, your past. Whether you coming from a rough background, school of the streets, got them street smarts, you still got things to learn. Because you are a thought of God, and thoughts of God, thoughts of Allah can't be restrained. You have no bounds. But first, you have to know that. You have to have an imagination and imagine yourself better. Imagine yourself as the hero you are. Whatever role you're in. What is the hero's dream? What is the hero's vision? What does the hero want to do? Where does the hero want to be? Where are you at right now, hero? And where do you want to be? What do you want to do? About to embark on a journey for the rest of our days. Exciting times. Take action. Some of y'all just going I was going to give y'all a little too much. I was going to say some of y'all just going to pick up the sword and go. I'm like, you might not pick up nothing. You just going to go. And when it goes down, you're going to pick up a stick, a rock, a sword, whatever's close to you on the journey. But you're going to get on the journey. Honors to the fast actors. Talking about personality type. This is a very classic stereotypical representation of an extrovert. Extroverted energy going out. Stereotypical representation of masculine energy. Some of us got to do a little planning. We don't need to plan as long as we always think we need to plan. No. Now I know as I've gotten older, have a spiritual practice, physical practice, mental practice. heart, emotional practice, passions and desires. These practices have shown me that there is, I wouldn't quite call it the conscience that comes up, but there is something, there's a feeling, there is a voice, if you will, that's like, all right, you've planned enough. So I don't know. This is where it's like I got questions for people that I work with. Do you have that? Because if not, then you better outsource it or find a process to work that tells you when it's time to go. Because being unreasonable, continuing to get into analysis paralysis, perfectionism. There's also just straight up laziness. There's, being late, not being on time. And laziness, and tied to laziness is that, starts with a P. I'm losing it. Which I've had my periods of that. Just kind of wait until the last minute to do it. It'll come to me. I'm going to keep talking until it comes to me. Wait until the last minute to take action. However, a lot of individuals like that can get the thing done. It just ends up being not quite at a high level. And then also, when you're working with people, that can be off-putting to people in certain contexts. So let's pay attention to what we're doing in our hero's journey. So the beginning of it is giving yourself power by taking responsibility. You here, I know you open. If you have the capacity to be honest, that is stepping on the journey. The only ones that can't stay on the journey, that aren't going to especially be on the journey at a high level, like you're either a hero or a hero or a villain. I say you either moving forward or you backsliding. So if you're not honest, you're backsliding into villainy. So the key to being a hero is being open, being honest, and being responsible. The responsibility of being a powerful being. You have the power. However, you have to take responsibility and be honest and be open to you're where you at because you put yourself there. As long as you say it's someone else's fault, then they have the power. Saying it's someone else's fault is giving them the power of where you're at and where you want to be. So are you open? And are you giving yourself permission to be the powerful being that you are? The thought of Allah, the thought of God that you are, that has no bounds, that has the power of infinite creativity, infinite imagination. Have you given yourself your power back? Travis Sotawell, it's Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.